Hello and welcome back. This is SnowRunner. Now this title was released back in April of this year in 2020, and I've been meaning to check it out for quite a few months now, but never got around to it. It actually hasn't released on Steam just yet. It's available on the Epic Games Store, but I just thought I'd check it out finally, and boy, I am not regretting my purchase. I've actually bought it on special, so I got like 33% discount. But anyway, so what we're looking at here is SnowRunner. This is the successor to the MudRunner series, and it all started with SpinTires, as you may be aware of, years ago. So these games or simulations are basically truck or vehicle simulations with real physics or real enough physics. And the basic premise of the game or the sim is to take your trucks or vehicles, drive them across the map, pick up resources, unlock parts of the map, and do little quests and missions to complete bits and pieces on the map, like building bridges, delivering fuel, materials for industries and things like that, and basically make money and XP, and use that money and XP to unlock upgrades for your vehicles, and use the money as well to purchase bits and pieces for your vehicles. So it sounds easy in theory, but in practice, as you'll see, it's quite a different story. So if you've watched any of my SpinTires videos on this channel, you'll know how easy it is to get stuck in SpinTires, and that translates very much to SnowRunner. So first came SpinTires, then came MudRunner, and here's SnowRunner. So SnowRunner can be considered pretty much brand new game, I guess. I've just flicked into the map here, and this is the Michigan map, the map that you do start the game on. And as you can see, it bears quite a resemblance to the original SpinTires map, but it's very much more beautified, I guess you could say. And there's a lot to do in SnowRunner in this title. Now you can see here you've got things like upgrades, your fuel station, lumber mill, metal beams, a depot to pick up your metal beams. Basically these materials I've already used to build this bridge, as you can see here. That's part of the quest, one of the first quests that you get. And I've left my little trailer there, my little sideboard trailer nearby. So let's focus on this left hand area, left top of the screen. So you've got objects, okay, it shows you all your objects like trucks, trailers. You've got contracts. So there's companies on each map that have contracts that you can do. So a contract is more like a full-on kind of a campaign mission that you can, some of them are locked as you can see here, but basically you need to deliver consumables, wooden planks, and then you've got your rewards there, your XP and your cash. So there's quite a few different contracts to do, but you've also got these little tasks as well. Now tasks are like little side quests that you can do, such as the fallen power line, which I will focus on as part of the future videos that I make for this game. And basically the same sort of thing, you need to deliver items and basically unlock or fix areas of the map, and that will allow you to continue to unlock more parts of the map. So you can see up there you've got roadblocks, and you can see these shaded regions. Now, in order to unlock these shaded regions, you've got these here watchtowers, okay? So if you drive your vehicle near to the watchtower, you will unlock that portion of the map, and it will become available for you to see what's going on there. Now, the map is very treacherous indeed, the terrain itself. So you can see here I've unlocked the bridge already. Fallen power line is going to be my next stop. But as part of the bridge that I've unlocked, it's allowed me to cross over to the east and unlock the garage. And now I've got access to a whole slew of new objectives, upgrades. And you can see here I've got a highway, which is, yeah, you can see here that there's a lot on the terrain here. It's very treacherous in parts, as you can see there. So you definitely don't want to take trucks like this up into your more treacherous regions of the map, at least until you've upgraded them, okay? So what we're looking at here is a highway truck, and the name of this truck is, I've written it down, a GMC MH9500. So the cool thing about this game is that it's fully licensed. So there's no make-up names or anything like that, no made-up names. Everything is basically as it appears in real life from a trademark and branding perspective. You can see there my driver just fell asleep. I've just woken him up. That's a pretty cool little feature. Now what I'm doing here is just demonstrating to you, I'm using a PlayStation controller to control these vehicles in the game. Unfortunately, SnowRunner doesn't quite support the Logitech G27. Quite an ancient steering wheel, I realize, by today's standards. So I'm using my trusty PlayStation controller. Alright, so just heading inside here, you can see that the interiors are very nicely modeled in SnowRunner. And personally, I'm kind of a bit torn as to whether to use interior mode or exterior camera view while driving. Just turning the wheel left and right here. The motions of the steering wheel are quite smooth, but the hand animations are a little bit funny, or yeah, I think they need a bit of improvement, but yeah, nothing terrible. Now you can this little menu on the side here, you can change your truck, recover, refuel, start the engine, attach trailers, operate the winch, all that sort of stuff. Just playing with the handbrake there. On the dash there you can see I've got a bobblehead and a sticker. And on the right hand side now, what I'm doing is just playing with the gear selector. So you've got automatic mode, which is selected right now. That will get you through most scenarios, I guess. You've got neutral, which obviously speaks for itself. So automatic will do most of the things. But then you've also got low range there on the left as well for when the going gets tough. And then of course reverse, as I've selected just there as well. Okay, you've got auto reverse as well, but I prefer to actually switch between the reverse gear manually, if that makes sense. Now, if I move the camera to the left, you can see there, you can look at the side mirror, and also, depending on the vehicle you have, this one doesn't really afford much rear vision, but you can see the rear of your truck as well, depending on how much obstructions you've got. But yeah, by and large, your view is quite limited in the interior view. So when the going gets tough, I do find myself switching to the exterior view quite often, for better or worse, I guess. So yeah, we're staring at the garage in front of us now. So that does need to be unlocked before you can get here. Let's go ahead and start the engine. And I do love the sound of the GMC. Now this GMC doesn't have all-wheel drive and diff lock equipped at the moment. I'll just let's just rev the engine up and have a listen. You can see there I've got the analog control, so I can control how much throttle I'm giving. Let's have a look at the exhaust. In my opinion, the sounds could have been done a little bit better when you start to drive. The engine sounds are a bit it doesn't really feel like you're driving a truck and changing gears as such. It kind of feels like the sound fades in and out. Kind of reminds me of SpinTires actually, but not a huge issue, I guess. Alright, so let's get going and let's take a little gentle drive around the garage compound area. You can see my little bobblehead has started shaking away there, and my air freshener as well. So I'm just using the PlayStation controller here to gently and smoothly steer the vehicle. Now here are the trailers on the right hand side, and what you've got heading up in front of us, approaching us, is the trailer store. So let's have a quick look at that in this first look as well. So by pressing X on your Xbox controller, you can get to the trailer store. Now, some of these trailers you can't actually equip. As you can see there, you need a saddle, which is like your fifth wheel, which we don't have. So these last four trailers pretty much can't really equip, as you can see there. But these other trailers, so the service trailer, the maintenance trailer, let me just go scroll up here. Service trailer, maintenance trailer, fuel carrier, and the flat sideboard trailer, flatbed, fuel carrier, all those you can equip, as you can see there. Now these do cost money, but they allow you to carry out your missions and your tasks by carrying materials and goods, fuel and supplies where they need to go. So that's the basic premise of this game. Just going to switch to outside view here and check out the physics as we steer our way around. I'm not really looking at where I'm going here, so I knew I was getting close there. Let's check out the brakes again. Let's hit reverse and brake. Very realistic indeed. And low range. Low range is like a crawler gear for when the going gets tough. Now this truck is not the best at off-roading. It's actually considered a highway class truck. You can buy all-wheel drive and diff locks for it, or upgrade for it. Upgrades. You can find them in certain areas of the maps, of which there's 3 maps in this version of the game that I have. Now, so this truck is mostly a highway truck. You wouldn't want to take it up into the mountains and into any heavy mud. As you'll see, it can get bogged quite easily. But in saying that, pretty much any vehicle in this game can get bogged without the proper equipment. So without the proper tires, mud tires and so forth, which you can purchase in the garage as well. So at the end of this video, I will show the garage and just how you can purchase bits and pieces to upgrade your truck. Some items are locked. Let's just take a nice little drive across the map here and see how far we can get with our GMC. So just making our way down through this little water crossing, and it's handling it with ease. Now it should be noted that I've already upgraded the tires on this truck as well as the rims. The rims don't really do much, more of an aesthetic thing, but tires I have upgraded. Can't really remember actually. I think they're all-terrains of some description. So it's not purely a highway configuration truck at this point. That's probably why it's handling this terrain reasonably well. I mean, this is by MudRunner or SnowRunner standards. This kind of terrain is basically nothing, a walk in the park. For those of you who have played this game or MudRunner or SpinTires, you'll see that you can certainly encounter deeper mud and more treacherous terrain indeed. So we'll push on, heading west. And we're just going to make our way across the map, and just want to show you just general handling, how the vehicle runs, how the game plays. I love the interior view. It's absolutely beautiful. So just in auto mode here, and it's quite a rough running truck, as you can see. Obviously it's not gonna handle like a luxury car or anything like that. Doing just over 20 miles an hour here. Whoop, back onto the dirt. Just looking over to the left. Now that kind of terrain right there, just looking at that, I would not try to tackle it with this truck. It could easily get bogged. So we've come from the garage area, we've been heading west, and here we are, as you can see on the map. We'll cross over this bridge, hang a right, and make our way up to the little town, or may even either cross that little water crossing, or maybe even turn a right and go down towards the lumber mill there and just see where we end up. Alright, so let's continue our little drive. I'm actually taking it easy on the throttle here, modulating the gas inputs, and we're just about to run over a fallen tree. Now, one thing I must say in this game, there's no shame in taking the easy way out. So if you see an easier way or a shortcut way that seems a lot easier to traverse, definitely take that way, especially early game when you've got vehicles that aren't so capable in the deep mud and things like that. So later in the video I'll switch vehicles and show you the other two vehicles I have available to me at this point in time. It's quite early game for me as well. I've only really just started playing it, so this is a fairly good indicator of the experience you'll get when you first start playing SnowRunner. Well, my wheels are slipping now in the mud, but they'll shortly hit the pavement. There we go. Increase in speed here. Now if we hang a right here, we'll get to the power line, but I'll save that for a future video. We'll do the power line quest and see if we can't complete that. Coming up in front of us now is the bridge that I unlocked or repaired early on in the game when I started playing, only several days ago. And there's the truck as well. Sorry, the trailer that I left behind. So the cool thing about this game is if you leave trailers or trucks on the map, they are persisting there next time you load the map. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so just hanging right as we, as I mentioned earlier, and heading north now towards the township. But I think we'll just jam the brakes on there. Handbrake. What I'm going to do, I think, is visit the lumber mill. So that's just off to our right. So there's a bit of a right turn onto the dirt. So here we go. Hopefully we don't bog. Just take it easy here. Gently, gently. Should be fine. Look at those light rays. It's mostly downhill this section, so, and the terrain isn't too bad. It's mostly hard pack. There's a bit of a stream coming up, a water crossing, but we should be fine. Driving like this without any load or trailer is one thing, but coming back the other way, trying to pull a trailer up this hill is quite another thing. So definitely something to be wary of when you pick up your loads and your materials in this game, is to just try and map out which way you're going to actually go, because sometimes going back the way you came is not actually viable or feasible, because you could very well get stuck. Now for those of you who haven't played these games before, there is a winch option available, so you can hook up to the nearest tree or another vehicle, and you can help extricate your vehicle in that way. So I'll see if I can get bogged a little bit later, but you do have the option to recover back to your garage with no penalty, which is okay, I guess. It won't charge you any cash, you won't lose any fuel or anything for recovering, but having said that, you will lose any trailers that you're currently hooked up to, so that's one thing you've got to be wary of. Alright, so here's the lumber mill. I have visited here before to get supplies to build the bridge that we just crossed. So I've got a little bit of an idea as to the lay of the land. I believe up here, if we turn left, there's a bit of a soft area. Oops, just jam it into reverse there and turn to the left. And now if we turn to the right immediately, yeah, this is where I had to get my trailer before with all my supplies on it. So this is actually where I got bogged. And the GMC is not very forgiving off-road. You'll find that it does actually get bogged quite easily in its stock format. So here we go, trying to go forward, and we are bogged. So you can see how easy it is to get in trouble. You do need a lot of patience playing this game, I must say. You could spend many hours trying to traverse a map with your supplies and your materials. And you definitely need to be patient, as mentioned. So if you're short on patience, this game will probably prove quite infuriating for you. Now, as you can see here, I'm in reverse, and it looks like I've well and truly bogged the vehicle. So at this stage, I can recover, or what I'm doing here is just showing the winching options available. So you can select certain points on your vehicle. Those little white dots, whoops, just beeped the horn there. So those little white dots you can see are all available winching options to hook up your vehicle, but you do need to hook up obviously to a static place on the terrain. So the only places available to us are a little bit off to the right hand side to the rear. So not the best winching angle here, but try and winch and apply the gas at the same time, and you can see there that I am successfully extricating myself from the bog. Now unfortunately the sun is setting, so what I might do at this point is just switch vehicles and just show you a few other bits and pieces as well. So I hope this has been a nice little demonstration of the GMC. Just going to switch off the engine. You can see the fuel level is showing as well. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the Chevrolet that we have back at the garage. Now the Chevrolet is known as a scout vehicle, so we'll just click on that and click on the little enter button. And it's almost dark, so what I'm going to do is just skip time to daytime again, just so that you guys can get a better look at everything. So this is our Chevrolet. As you can see, it's all branded, licensed. And there is our FleetStar 2070A to the left. That is, yeah, that's a heavy class truck, that one on the left hand side. Quite capable when upgraded. But this is our CK 1500 Chevrolet, as it says there on the top left. Now this has selectable all-wheel drive, and I have upgraded the tires on the vehicle. But apart from that, I haven't really done too much so far. So let's see how far we can get in our little Chevrolet Scout. So as I was mentioning before, this is known as the Scout class of vehicle. It's meant to basically scout the map, as the name would suggest, unlock the watchtowers, unlock certain areas, objectives, and yeah, it looks like I've done this the wrong way. I'm just going to try and push forward. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, nah. See how easily it is to get bogged, even in four-wheel drive mode, or all-wheel drive as they call it. So in reverse, nope, not looking good. So yes, here we are. So we are bogged. So in this scenario, obviously it's difficult to recover yourself with a winch because there's no winch points near to the vehicle. As you can see, the trees are quite far away, and we've thoroughly got ourselves stuck. So what you can do, obviously you can cheat a little bit and just click on recover, but if you are carrying a load, you will lose that load. So what other options do we have? You can see here that we've really chosen the wrong way. I wanted to go up that little track to the left, but we've chosen the wrong way to attack it. So what we can do here is we can call upon our friends. So this is the FleetStar 2070A. Comes with all-wheel drive and diff lock. It's a heavy class truck, quite capable when upgraded, more so than the GMC. It doesn't have all-wheel drive capability at this point in time, but it does have the diff locks on the back. So if we do need it right now, I think yeah, we can use the diff locks, but this truck is very much a very good candidate for recovering our little Scout. And to be honest, even the GMC could do it if we positioned ourselves correctly. But in any case, let's go ahead and get ourselves going in the FleetStar, make our way over to our troubled Scout, our little Chevrolet or Chevy, and we're just going to go ahead and recover it. So just thought I'd demonstrate this process to you guys as well in this video, in this first look. So what I'm doing in this video is pretty much meat and potatoes of what you'll be doing in SnowRunner, if you choose to pick up this title, and very much recommend it if you're interested in vehicles, off-roading, trucks, and just driving in general, I guess. You will notice that the physics and the inside view and all that sort of stuff is all unique to this vehicle as well. So let's go ahead, put on the handbrake and get the winch go. Oh, I've just noticed actually you can see the front of the truck sinking into the mud there. You can see our front wheels are pretty much halfway sunk in already. That's interesting. So it should be an interesting recovery indeed. Anyway, let's see how far we get. So let's go ahead and choose our winch option, and we can reach our troubled Scout. And what we're going to do is bang her into reverse. And you'll see the engine in the Chevy has started automatically, and it will actually apply gas and steering to help you out as well. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty much like SpinTires, and I believe MudRunner does that too. So off with the handbrake and gently reverse, and yeah, no diff locks required. We're just taking this thing. We are rescuing our Scout, our little Chevy, from out of the mud bog here with very little trouble whatsoever. Look at that. How awesome is that? No diff locks required. I think if there's a truck that I'm going to choose to use on this map, given the amount of mud that I've encountered so far, I think I'm going to switch away from the GMC and use the FleetStar. The FleetStar actually starts off fully damaged with flat tires when you first start this map, so you do need to tow it to the garage. It's right beside the garage anyway, and just get it repaired. So when you enter the garage, vehicles are automatically repaired and fueled up. Anyway, let's go ahead, and now that we've recovered our Scout, we can go ahead and see if we can't go straight ahead and up that little track and see what's waiting for us. So this time we'll pick a slightly better route. Not going to bog ourselves like we did. If we take the option where there's lots of grass, you will see that I think we'll be in a much better position there. So here we go, just going to try that out now. All through the grass, and no problem, even in high range as it were, or auto mode. Just got to be careful with these rocks, so just going to skirt around this rocky little outcrop here and slow it down a little bit. It's all about picking your line, just like in real life, making sure that you're not driving too crazily. Use less fuel, cause less damage, and of course hurt the environment less. So, looking good so far. Just going to continue on. Whoops, could have avoided this tree trunk. Alright, so we're coming up. Just going to pause here for a sec actually. Just reading the terrain up ahead. Bad terrain. Good terrain. Bad terrain. So we're going to go around because I don't like our chances of getting through all of that mud. So this is, whoops, just trying to stay on course here. So yeah, early game you'll be doing a lot of this, trying to take shortcuts, well, not shortcuts, but alternative routes to avoid getting stuck. So coming up here to a little fuel station and a service station. New objective, missing oil tank. Ah, this is nice. Alright, better get going. Can't have too much music playing. 15 miles an hour is the speed limit around here apparently. Okay, be prepared for the unexpected. So yeah, as you can see here, there's a few little objectives and there's even an upgrade or two in front of us. Now these contests that you can do actually give you XP quickly, I've heard. So that's one way to get XP real fast, which you can use to perform certain actions in the game, unlock tires and whatnot. Alright, so just thought I'd take a quick look at the garage and show you just the options available to you for a typical vehicle. As you can see here, you can change engine types, which is pretty cool and looks to be based on real life counterparts. Obviously some options are locked and need to be unlocked. Gearbox, suspension, as you can see here, you can see visually how the truck changes its stance when you change the suspension options. And tires, oh good old tires. So I've actually upgraded the tires already, as I mentioned before, but yeah, all of my all-terrain and mud tire options are currently locked. I've actually just chosen the highest highest highway option. You've also got chain tires and whatnot. So you need to reach rank 12. So you can see there 18,000 odd XP. So by doing contests and things like that, you can get XP quickly. So that's one way to fast track your way to faster upgrades, particularly for tires, which make the biggest difference because they are the contact between you and your vehicle. So the ground and your vehicle. So certain all different types of snorkels, spare wheels, all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive options, frame add-ons, as we can see here. Some of the frame add-ons are free, it seems, and some do cost cash as well. So yeah, the game is basically about delivering stuff, getting XP and cash, and then using it here in the garage to upgrade your vehicle. Now some upgrades you can't find in the garage, you need to find out in the world, like all-wheel drive upgrades and things like that for certain vehicles. And I've changed the rims already on this truck, but just scrolling through all of the available options here, very nice. I love the color schemes as well. I love the slight dirtiness that they have. So that's basically it, guys. Yeah, just gonna have a quick look at the customizations here as well. The bobble heads, I've chosen one of the bobble heads already. And you can obviously put stickers on your vehicle as well. I've already put the Freedom Bird sticker on the dash there. So that's basically it. So yes, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please comment below on anything you want to see further for SnowRunner in the future. I really enjoyed making this video and I'm really enjoying this game as well. So appreciate it if you would like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And until next time, see you.